Hello loves, just popping in to do a Pisces collective reading for the week from the 5th to the 11th. Just come off the back of a really beautiful breath work. So feeling very alive and in tune at the moment, and clearly because a lot wanted to come through on the pre-meditation. The first thing that came through was a song, California Dreamin'. I think it's the Mamas and the Papas. I don't know the song well, it reminds me of Forrest Gump. But the actual lyrics that stuck in my mind were about clouds and winter's day. Look, it might mean something to someone out there in the Pisces collective. So maybe look up the lyrics and see if something resonates there. But there's definitely a message in that song for someone or a few people, but definitely around clouds and darkness. And I think, winter. And we're approaching winter here in the Southern Hemisphere, but obviously not you guys in the North. But there's something to do with the heaviness and darkness of a winter's day. So perhaps you've been feeling in the dark lately. Perhaps you've been feeling heavy energy and unable to feel happiness, I guess. But maybe just look up the meaning of the lyrics of that song and see what might resonate for you. The other thing that came through was shedding. And look, to be honest, it doesn't surprise me given that we've just had the 5-5 portal, which was very much seeing that a lot of old patterns were coming to the surface to be cleared. Maybe you've been doing some work with that energy. Perhaps if you haven't and you feel that this is giving you the little bit of a nudge, then perhaps go and do so, because now is a really potent time for you to be shedding the old in order to step into the new. The next thing that came through was the image of a calendar. So perhaps you're feeling bogged down by a to-do list, or maybe the opposite of that. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed by what you need to do and you need to organize things better organization, so that it doesn't feel quite so overwhelming, because the next thing that came through was a spinning top. So in my mind, what's happening with you is you're feeling like you are just spinning a little bit out of control, and Spirit's saying if you just organize everything and get it out of your head and down on paper, a to-do list that you can then check off as you work through, just to remove some of that overwhelm and that feeling of spinning out of control. And the next thing that came through was rise above the noise. So it's making me think that you're very much in your head, overthinking, and you need to rise above not just your own mental noise, but also the noise of other people around you. I feel like you are taking too much into account other people and other people's feelings right now. And Spirit wants you to step back from doing that and prioritize yourself so that you can rise above the noise and figure out what is best for you. What came through next was old stories, which then I guess makes perfect sense going back to the shedding that came up. And I do feel like this is such a potent time to be clearing our old stories. You know, we put all of our programs in place in the first 7 years of life. And now is a really good time for you to look through those stories, and because core beliefs came up as well. So perhaps you've got some really deep-seated core beliefs that you've put in place from when you were a child that no longer apply, but you're still living by them. And the only way we can really work forward in our lives is if we pay attention to our patterns and understand that our internal patterns and what happens in our inner dialogue then represents in our life. This outside life is literally just a reflection back to us on how we're feeling and navigating in our internal worlds. Dad wounds came up too, so perhaps part of the shedding, the old stories, the core beliefs are centered around dad wounds. Spirit's saying to me that there's something to do with the song and dad wounds as well. So I'm not sure if that just applies to one person. This is a collective reading, so not all of this is going to apply to everyone. So please use your discernment with my readings. And the other thing was I couldn't work out, and I tried to get clarity, but it didn't come through, if it was saying Maybell or the name Mabel or Mabel. So perhaps that's your name or your daughter's name or your grandmother's name, or if there's a person with the name Maybell or Mabel in your life, then this reading is definitely for you. So that's all the things that came through in the pre-read. The mermaids wanted to come through today. I don't use this deck very often because I find they're quite in your face and it has to be the right kind of energy. But when I was sifting through my decks to see what wanted to come through, who wanted to deliver the messages today, the mermaids definitely were like, yes, pick me. So let's see what they wanted to say. I feel like I'm feeling this energy around this reading of a little bit of heaviness, I have to say. Like I can feel it in myself. And I came in to do this reading quite high because I've just done a breath work. So it's interesting, the energy has really shifted to being quite kind of energy, just like feeling flat, lethargic, and not overly high vibe. So definitely use some time, if you've got it, to do some clearing work, however that looks for you, whether that's meditation, whether that's a burning ceremony, whether that's movement. It might just be going for a walk by the water. Whatever works for you to get energy moving in your body is what you need to be doing. So first up, we have reflections. What you contemplate can actualize. And what are we looking at? The number 16, so breaks down to a 7. I was only going to pull one of these cards, but apparently no. We have more to say. Motherhood, protection, inner child, nurture. Number 46 breaks down to a 10 or a 1. And they're wanting one more. Nope. Apparently they're wanting 2 more. Okay. We can do that. We have Lemuria returns. Earthy oh my goodness, spirituality. I can't speak. Spirituality. I still didn't say that right. Community, ocean, conservation, and we're looking at number 29. Breaks down to 11 or a 2. And time and tide, ocean spells and rituals. Number 18 or a 9. Okay, so this one, like, I was literally just saying that you maybe need to alchemize some stuff, do whatever you need to do, as I said, whether it would just be a walking meditation or a burn ceremony, whatever works for you, but this is confirmation of that for me. So we're going to use the Earth Magic cards. They wanted to come through today. I find sometimes, well actually quite often, that these Earth cards want to come through at the same time as the mermaids do, and it makes perfect sense. Really? So, how many of these are we putting out, Spirit? Just shuffle. Okay? You got it. Oh my goodness, I did mean on getting this reading out yesterday, but I got caught up in all of the 5-5 energy yesterday and was not going to deliver the best reading for you if I popped in yesterday. We have tree or grounding. We can't really clear stuff from our lives if we're not grounded either. That's really important. And maybe try and ground yourself every morning before you get out of bed. Clouds, shape-shifting. Green man. Actually, I did a meditation yesterday. Might have been the day before. A guided one that was had the green man in it. So that's speaking to me, I think. I'm Pisces as well. So synergy. And yeah, lovely. Dance or celebration. Okay, and then let's just grab some tarot from the good tarot. Get a more complete picture and then we'll run through what's showing up here for us. It's a definite need for all of you to get out in nature, that much I'm hearing. More. Big changes are coming, and Spirit wants you to be ready for them. And at the moment, your energy is not. And so somewhat blocking the energy that's wanting to come into you because your vibration isn't as high as it could be. And we do not ever want to overlook our feelings. Our feelings need to be felt in order to work through them. We don't want to sidestep and just try and be all love and light, because that does not work. If you do not address, feel to heal, and you sidestep around thinking, I've got to be in high vibe all the time, I've got to be in high vibe all the time, you're going to step around only to come back around until you feel the thing, you work through it. Okay, it's really, really important. So take some time to really tune in and work out where that heavy, dense energy is coming from. What's got you feeling that way? And if you need to, write it down. And then try and break it down. I always find that when there's something that's really troubling me, if I can write down what that thing is and then look back inside of myself to try and find out where that's actually coming from. So sometimes I can feel really, really self-conscious. Other times I'm really confident. But on the times when the self-consciousness shows up for me, I take that opportunity to stop and look back within myself. Where is that coming from? And usually there's a story. There's an old story that's being played out. So I feel like Spirit's really asking you to stop and just be in the silence right now. So not even using guided meditations if you can. It doesn't have to be a long time, even if it's just a minute, just to sit in silence. Just be. But even more importantly, what I'm hearing is getting a practice where you, especially in the mornings, where you wake up, maybe do some breathing, but do a practice. It doesn't have to take long, where you open up and call in the light. Fill your body with divine light from head to toe, all the way down into your grounding roots, into Mother Earth, and ask for assistance in the light, helping you raise your vibration. And oftentimes when we do the shifting and the shedding work that Spirit's asking you to do, we can feel quite heavy. Yeah. Oh, lovely. One more, please. Oh, very nice. Okay. And this is looking very nice. Okay. So the mermaids have come through with reflections. What you contemplate can actualize. So in other words, we talked about it at the beginning of the reading, in that your inner world gets shone out, and what shines out of you reflects back to you to let you know what's happening on the inside. You are definitely being called right now by Spirit to work on your internal dialogue, to work on your internal thoughts, and get rid of any old stories and core beliefs that no longer work for you. I use breath work to help me do that. I also use burn ceremonies to help me do that. I will write out what I'm wanting to release and I will burn it, or I will do a breath work where I am breathing, visualizing that I am breathing that thing from my toes all the way up through my body nice and deeply as I can to extract all of it, and then I blow it out quite forcefully, sometimes with noise, sometimes with the name of the thing or the person that I'm wanting to release. But Spirit's basically saying you need to do some mirror work, and when you get your thoughts clear, it's going to change your external world for the better. For the better. You've got 3 cards here at the end, or actually 4, which are just like beautiful, positive cards. So if you can manage to find the time to do this clearing work, you are definitely going to be happy that you did. And interesting that in the pre-read that dad wounds came up and then the motherhood card came out. So I'm feeling that your dad wounds are coming to the surface because perhaps you're a new mother, or perhaps your children are challenging you in ways that is activating or triggering something in you that you put in place because of a wound that comes from the masculine, from your dad. So being really gentle with yourself right now, mother yourself in this process, because shedding and doing this mirror work, it's not easy, and that's why most people bypass it. But Spirit is definitely speaking loud and clear that right now is not the time to bypass anything. Now is the time to feel it, but in that process, mother yourself. Be kind to yourself. Speak to yourself in the way you would speak to your child. Lemuria returns. Earthly spirituality. Oh, got it. Community and ocean conservation. So we have earthy and we have grounding as well. So very important in the shedding process that we stay grounded. So when we are doing the process of bringing in the light, making sure that we are also visualizing that we are sprouting our roots from the base of our spine. They're going all the way down into the center of Mother Earth, and she is holding and helping us in our daily lives. So grounding is really, really important. It's been coming up a lot in the collective lately. But it's saying community is important as well. So what I'm hearing from this is that you may need support from others to help in this process. Perhaps the wounding is deep, and so deep that you might struggle a little bit just to clear this stuff on your own. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. It's not weakness, it's common sense. Time and tide, interesting because calendar came up in the pre-read. So I do feel like time, there's something to do with time going on for you as well. Oceanic spells and rituals. I love this so much. You guys in the north are lucky that it's still, that the weather is warming up, and I hear it's still warm enough to swim, but we are definitely approaching the winter. But even just swimming in the ocean and as you do so, feeling it cleansing you. If you can't get in a body of water, I suggest maybe a bath with salts. But if not, just sit in silence and visualize, whether you visualize yourself swimming, whether you visualize standing under a waterfall or a shower or out in the rain, whatever. But I'm hearing that a cleansing process using water is important. That's what I'm getting from this card right now. Drink more water as well. That will help ground you and keep your vessel clear for your vibration to rise higher. If we're not hydrated, our vibration remains low no matter what we do. So that's pretty important there as well. We've touched on the grounding. Do your meditations to get yourself grounded. Get outside barefoot if you can. And just remember the important job Mother Earth does for us, just supporting us every single day. You are supported from above, and you are definitely supported from below. The tree, it grows roots so deep that even in the severest of winds, it might sway a bit, it might bend a bit, but it is unstoppable in its power of standing firm. And you are being called to do the same right now. Stand firm, but stand firm in your belief of yourself. And that you have the ability to navigate anything that is coming up for you right now. Strong like the tree, rooted, grounded, flexible, but unwavering. And part of the song at the beginning, I know that there's a lot of lyrics in there around, I think it's dark clouds. So it's confirmation that there's something in that song for someone. So perhaps go check that out. But also this is saying that you are shifting, shedding, changing, doing the stuff. So I feel like you're already in this process. And Spirit's just asking you to continue to keep going, but also upskill it a little bit with, bringing in the light and grounding more, so that your vibration will rise faster and you'll actually have more capacity to hold it there when it does. Because look, we all dip in and out at times. That's just natural. It's not natural to stay high vibration all the time. It's the recall when we dip that gets less and less each time, and that's when you know you're making progress. So you are definitely changing. The Green Man speaks again to grounding, being out in nature. I'm hearing also diet for some of you. It might be time to eat less meat, and eating more healthy vegetables, especially green ones, will also help raise your vibration from the inside. So even though that's not what this card is about, that's what I'm hearing. And I'm actually going to, I don't often read from the book, but I do want to read what the Green Man has to say to us today. And you have the advantage of an incredible synergy at this time. A flow of life is guiding you, where things just seem to fall into place as you move above your business. You are in a mutually cooperative interaction with Spirit, as your will is aligned with the will of spirit and your mission is congruent with your sense of purpose. When this is happening, there is a synergy, a way that your life force is continually coming into balance with the forces of nature. In this cycle, tune in to that guidance, however it shows up, and you will find that you move through life with greater ease due to a synergistic balance of forces expressing themselves as you. Okay, well, that makes sense. So you are definitely making changes in your life. You are being guided. And in order for you to be able to integrate all the changes that are happening, you need to take time to ground, bring in the light, be still and silent. But your energy, your vibration is definitely on the up. It's definitely on the up. So even though the way I was feeling at the start of this reading was like at the moment you're not there yet. You are shifting, you are shape-shifting, shifting from that energy into this more vibrant spirit-led energy. And because of that, there is cause for celebration, but I'm also hearing that your spirit team is celebrating. They're celebrating you for the work that you're doing. They are so pleased that you've been showing up for yourself and doing what's necessary for you to be able to live the life that you want. But there is not just them celebrating you, you're going to have cause for celebration. And that's very evident because we're ending on a 10 and a 9 of cups over here. Like, oh my. So we have the 9 of air, which is the 9 of swords. Sleepless nights. It's a heavy energy. It's a stressful energy. And I feel like that's what you're shifting. I feel like this is obviously where you are at right now. Today, in this moment, this is the energy that you are on. But I am so happy to see that we start with a 9 of swords and we end with the 9 of cups. 9 of cups, wish fulfillment, happy life. Again, celebration energy. Then we're moving from the 9 of swords into the Fool. So the 9, before the 9 comes after the 9 comes the 10. So we're almost completed at the 9. At the 10 we're complete and a new cycle starts. The Fool, new journey. Blowing your own horn. Drumming your own drum. Being you. Going out and doing the thing that you want to do but have somewhat been held back because of the stories you've been telling yourself. I can't do that. What if I fail? All the negative stories, the old stories, that we're releasing them. You see all the feathers flying out, she's releasing them. They are being released. That's where you're at now. And you shape-shifting into a new journey. And the new journey, like other than the sun, it doesn't get much better than the 10 of cups. This is happy home life, happy life in general. This is like, look at his belly. He's full to the brim. He's smiling. He's happy. He is fulfilled in every aspect. He's wanting for nothing. Wanting for absolutely nothing. We are ending on the 10 and the 9 of cups. Yes, you will have a reason to celebrate. Keep moving forward. Just keep doing the thing. Keep investigating yourself. When something shows up in your external world, don't treat that as a negative. See it and then investigate it. What is that showing me about myself? What is the lesson I can learn from this? Try not to fall into victim mode in those moments and use it as a learning experience. That is what we are here for as souls. And believe it or not, we signed up for these lessons because we knew our soul needed to learn them. So the quicker we learn the lesson, the quicker we move through, the quicker we can move towards our happy ever after. We can celebrate having achieved what we want in life. Achievement overload, happiness overload, happy dance. This is beautiful. I'm so proud of you. I see you. Please know that, Pisces. Please know that I see you. I see the work you're doing. Spirit, your spirit team, they see the work you're doing. They're celebrating you. I'm celebrating you. Just keep looking at the reflection and use it to your advantage. That's what it's there for. Don't get bogged down by it. Don't get bogged down by it. Don't let it push you off course. You are changing. You are moving forward. You are definitely moving forward. These are two moving cards. Okay? Make sure that you are loving yourself though in the process. Appreciate yourself for doing what you're doing. It's not easy. Okay? Just love yourself right now. So you're definitely birthing something here. Okay? You are birthing something amazing. Definitely, and in that process do you see her tail over the top of her, and her tail's over the top of her as well. So you need to know that at this point in time you are being protected and held in this process. Your team's got you. You're not alone. You're not doing this alone, and you are seen. You are seen and you are appreciated. Just keep pushing forward, my loves. Stay grounded, get outside, get into some water. Raise that vibration with lots of water, lots of healthy foods. Just cut back on the animal foods. I'm not saying go vegetarian. I'm not a doctor, so, take it how you will. But I'm just saying that eating more living foods is going to raise your vibration right now. And when you raise your vibration, happiness is there for you. Oh, this is so beautiful. Thank you so much for being here today. If you like this reading, please like and subscribe. I'm Elle from Soul Breathing, and please know I love you very much. Have a great week.